Today, I'm going to tell you how you can earn money as an artist using a variety of different ways. So, I was a part-time artist for about, oh my God, now it's probably like 8 years. 8 years since 2016 is when I started making money off of my art. But it wasn't until the start of this year that I decided to go full-time. And it's been pretty much a year now, closing off, and it's one of the best years I've ever had in terms of generating income and living full-time as an artist. That I want to pass on my knowledge to any other artists that are thinking of taking the jump, and yeah, use this as a guide and cherry pick what you want and what ideas you get from this video. The goal of this whole thing is to just kickstart it all for you guys. Now, I'm going to structure the list beginning with things that I have actually earned money with, and then continuing with things that I will probably implement or that I've seen as an income generator for artists. There's a lot more than you think, and I'm only just discovering a lot of them nowadays. So let's get started with the first one. Now, to start this list off, I'm going to say selling prints. That's basically a large majority of my income. I go around Australia, and wherever you are in the world, you can go to all these conventions in Australia, purchase an Artist Alley table and sell art. Now, there's a whole thing around selling prints in Artist Alley that I can get into in another video, but getting yourself a table and selling your art is a good, quick and easy way to gauge on what people react to, what people like, what the customer likes, what you can lean into, what you can remove from your catalog, and so on. It's just this year it's been the biggest amount of data that I've ever gotten on how to improve my art and how to improve my products. Now, I personally do prints, but in saying that, there's other physical media that you can sell at conventions. Mugs, pins, stickers, standees. Oh, there's so many 3D prints. It just goes on. Anything that you can create, basically, you can sell at convention. Now, conventions does come at a cost. You have to really be clever with your money. You have to think about the tables that you have to pay for, the flights, or whichever way you're getting there, the accommodation, and the printing, especially for your prints. So once you've got all that sorted, once you've got that locked in, you know what your break-even number is, and then as long as you make more than that, you're in the profit zone. So at the moment, conventions is my main source of income, followed by online sales. Online sales are second-ish. I'm not going too hard on my Etsy at the moment, but I am getting a consistent amount of sales coming in from Etsy. Etsy is a very, very simple platform to use. Extremely simple. You just upload your product, put your price, and you can either work through your own postage, which is what I do. I go through Sendle, not a sponsor, but I just prefer using that. And or you could use the Etsy one. It's really not that hard. Etsy makes sure that it's not that hard. The fees are expensive, so make sure that you accommodate your price for the amount of fees that Etsy takes out. And also, if you are doing fan art, be careful, because I've had a bunch of my prints flagged from Etsy, which is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. It's just, be careful with that sort of thing, because it does add like a strike to your account. Now, if you don't have fan art, you've got nothing to worry about. Original art actually does sell really well on Etsy. You can put your prints up, you can put up anything that you want for sale, and odds are that someone will find it and buy it. It's the quickest way to get to an audience that you can't get yourself if you have a on the lower end following on social media, and it's hard for you to put your artworks online. Etsy is just a solid way to go about it. Since we're in the realm of physical products, I wanted to include a few of them that I personally don't do, although one of them I might have in the future, is you can make your own comic books and sell them. You can, if you've got original art, which is probably your pencils or your inks, or I've got friends that do really well on selling original arts at conventions. I work purely digitally, so I did have some originals back in the day, and I wouldn't mind having originals, just a lot quicker for me to work on digital. So I kind of removed that from the equation for me. But that is another big point. You can sell your originals for a lot more than you would be able to sell your prints. So that sometimes gives people that I know a good enough boost to hit their goals in terms of income. The other one is client work. If you can get client work or commissions. Personally, I prefer creating prints and selling the prints. It in the long term, you get more out of it. It's a better return when it comes from, if you do like a solid print and sell it. But still, having clients and commissions is what a lot of artists basically live off the entire year, and it's very possible to do really well with commissions and client work. Some people have steady client work. I've got a friend that works for Hearthstone, and it's just steady work every month. So you know that that's guaranteed, and then you can compound that with conventions or selling prints online. So there's a lot of things that can benefit an artist, and that is basically compounding everything. You can compound going to conventions and selling prints online and client work. It just adds up, you know. It's not just you don't need to stick to just one lane. You can create an original artwork and then turn that into prints, and then sell those at prints, and then sell them at conventions and markets, and sell them online. You know, it's a lot you can do with that. So clients and commission work is another big one that an artist can do. Basically, put your stuff out there. If people like what you do and they want to see something that they want specifically done by you, they'll approach you, you give them a price, and then you do it for that price. It's fairly simple. Just make sure that you are upfront with them and they are upfront with you. You know exactly what you're getting from them, and they know exactly what they're going to get from you. So make sure that immediately at the start, everything is clear as day and you won't have any issues. And client work and commission work is a good way to do it. Here's one that I am actually trying to do right now is create content. I decided to get into YouTube, not so much as like to create money, but having something on the side coming in while you're doing the conventions and while you're creating artwork and while you're selling online. You need an online presence as an artist. And in my personal opinion, I think YouTube is the best place for an artist. Between that and streaming on Twitch, it's what, because there's so many artists online and posting, and just because Instagram and TikTok and Facebook have just become this death scroll place where you just consume and you don't even think about what you want. YouTube and Twitch lets you artists connect with the audience that they used to be able to with Instagram and TikTok, and not anymore. So yeah, YouTube is a good one. Leading into that, memberships. So I'm not at this point yet, but if you develop a good enough following on YouTube, you can always start up a Patreon and offer more to people that really want to see more of your stuff. That gives you more motivation to post online, more motivation to create artwork that your audience wants to see. And in return, it's a membership. So bouncing off of YouTube and compounding again, you can compound stuff off of YouTube, and then it's all the stuff. We'll get to it at the end, but memberships is a very big one that I personally will do in the future. Tutorials. So art tutorials, selling your brushes online is a big thing. It's a very easy thing for some artists, especially established artists. I'll say established artists. If you're starting off, I don't recommend putting tutorials online, but or selling tutorials. At least you can put them on for free on your social media. But yeah, once you're established and once you're your work is very well regarded by your audience, tutorials are a great way for you to generate money as an artist, generate money as an income, generate money as an artist. And yeah, it's easy. Like for a lot of people, a lot of artists that are very experienced, teaching is very natural to them, or for the most part. And it always feels good helping the next generation get to a level and learn all the stuff that you weren't able to learn, which is the reason why I'm making this video. Another source of income that I've thought about before, which could be something in the future, but it's not really on my mind right now, is illustration books, like children's books, making one of those and trying to get it published. It's a very, very fun and exciting way to generate income. There are a lot of them out there, so you have to be very unique with your idea and very, very good with it. So children's art books is another pretty good and decent source of income if you get it published, because once your book is out in libraries and all in these stores, it's just passive income coming in. So that is pretty good. Another one is crowdsourcing, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all that. If you have a project that you want to work on and it's too big to fund, there is one project that I'm going to be kickstarting at the start of next year that I will keep you guys updated on. But kickstarting is another good way to generate income, and at the same time providing people with a good quality product that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to make. So keep an eye out on that one. I'll mention a few other ones that I'm personally not a fan of, but I know a lot of other people are, just because it's easier for them to churn out. It's basically print on demand sites, which is you upload the file and a company and everything just does the entire, it's basically like drop shipping for your own art. And it's worked for a lot of people and it's not worked for a lot of people. So it's a very hit and miss thing personally. But if it's something that you want to do on the side and you just want to generate income from like little tiny print on demand things, your profit margin is a lot lower than if you were to do it yourself, but you don't have to do any of the work. So apart from doing the artwork, so print on demand stuff can work. So check that out if you want to. So from everything that I've said, it's very important to note that this is kind of like a choose your own adventure catalog. You can basically pick whatever I said from this video and generate income from it, or you can find something else that I don't mention, although I feel like I mentioned a large chunk of how much money, how you can generate income as an artist. Coming from someone that jumped in the deep end earlier this year, I can say that it's one of the most fulfilling things that I have done in my life, and it's the payoff is incredible. Meeting people that enjoy your art and want to purchase your art is incredible. And if you're watching this, I love every one of you. There's a lot of work that you need to put into it, but everything that you do as an artist, especially as a freelancer, it comes back to you. So you put in the hard work and eventually all the hard work pays off. You get every bit of it. So you're not working for someone else, although clients also are good. So that about wraps it up. Compound all this stuff. Do good, make art, sell it, do it for a living, enjoy your life, and I'll see you guys next time.